Welcome to this week's edition of Design Time by Florida Ceiling Carpet One Ultimate Kitchen Makeover. Today I'm here with Shad and Ashley Nunn, and we are here at SWI Interiors, our custom cabinet shop and office. We're going to go through the production and show these guys how their cabinets are going to be made. I'm here with Steve Pockel, and he is the owner of SWI Interiors. Steve, what are we going to be looking at? What are we doing today?
Well, thank you, Katie, and welcome to our facility. We are going to work with Brad here just for a quick minute and put the kitchen that Katie has emailed from her design into production. If you can get up to the screen here, Brad is going to take this kitchen from the screen and send it to our machine. This is a Prairie kitchen, so he's going to click on SWI Prairie CNC, and then he is going to nest the product. And if you look at the screen, it will now show you that we are putting the appropriate pieces on the appropriate sheets and utilizing these sheets to the best of their yield. He is now hitting View Sheets. It will put the appropriate pieces on the appropriate sheets. And without further ado, we will head to the production facility and watch this be cut out.
Good deal, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Now we're down at the shop and Steve is going to walk us through production.
Okay, now that we have gone through and taken the screen, the picture of your kitchen, and brought it into a G-code form, we are going to cut this cabinet out. And what we're going to cut is the bottom of a base cabinet, the partitions, and the sides. Doing right now is it's cutting the stretchers for the top of the cabinet. It's putting the dados in. This is a 48-inch wide base cabinet. 2 stretchers on top, which are the 2 that just put dados in. This is the bottom of that cabinet. There's going to be a bank of drawers on each side and a regular cabinet in the center. Now that it's done dadoing, it's going to switch bits and it's going to cut the pieces out. There's not that much sawdust. That shroud comes down and sucks up the sawdust, but for filming purposes we'd like you to see what it's doing, so we left the shroud up. The top 2 stretchers are cut out. Cutting the partitions that will go in both of those dados for the bottom of that cabinet. This cabinet has finished sides on both ends, so that will be a different sheet that we will apply at a later time. Okay, now that the cabinet is cut out, we move over to the framing department. Over here, Rob is putting together the face frame that will be applied to that cabinet. Everything is pegged from the back side and glued. He will put it in position and apply 2 screws to the frame. And he will continue to do so until that frame is ready. Now we'll move over to the assembly. Now that the cabinet again is cut out, we're moving over to the assembly line. The cabinet is being assembled right now. We glue the dado put the bottom shelf in, and he's now stapling it together. He will repeat this process on the other side and then apply it back to this cabinet, and it will be ready for applying the face frame. Now that that cabinet is fully assembled, Jimmy is going to apply the face frame. The first thing we do is make sure that these cabinets are square. So first thing he'll do is square up the cabinet, measuring from corner to corner. And then we will apply glue to that face frame. The face frame obviously has been pre-fit prior to assembly. After the face frames come off the face frame table, they go through the sander. They're pre-sanded before they get applied to the face frame. So the only thing left to do is just minor sanding after Jimmy is done applying it. Now that the glue is on there, we'll line up the face frame and staple it on. Right over here we have a cabinet that already has been faced and nailed on. The putty holes are all filled with putty that matches the cabinetry. Rob is going to jump in here and show you, we 180 the face frame after the initial sanding through the time saver. This is our final sanding and prepping for the finish room.
Can you tell me a little bit about why I would want a custom cabinet over something, say, from a big box store or something?
One of the major reasons is because we can make these cabinets fit in any space. We don't have to use fillers. We don't have to use extenders on any of the cabinets. We will build it to the desired size. We use only 3/4 inch material on all of our sides, bottoms, and it just makes it a much stronger cabinet.
Well, definitely, and as a designer, I love working with it because if I can design it, they can build it. You know, any color, any size, it's just really flexible.
There may be things that Katie will design that we cannot cut out on the CNC, but we do have the capability here to do all those custom projects and put them in the kitchen. This cabinet here, sorry Katie, shows the angled toe kicks on here, which is a sweeping feature that really adds to the cleanability of the kitchen, and it adds to the look. Okay, now that the cabinets are prepped for finishing, we move these into our finishing room. Nolan is applying the stain on all the wood parts on this cabinet, and it will be ready for finishing.
What kind of stain are you using?
This is a custom stain that you and the customer have picked out. It's not a stock color. It's a color that we had to design specifically for this project.
And then I noticed that he's brushing it on instead of spraying it.
We like to brush all of our finish, all of our stain, I'm sorry. The stain is a penetrating stain. It is locked in the wood for life. If you scratch it or chip off the finish, the stain is still on the cabinet.
Well, actually, in the showroom, you provided us a sprayed-on one and a wiped-on one, and they definitely chose the rubbed-on.
The rubbed-on stain will give you a much better look.
Okay, Steve, well, thanks for having us down today. We really appreciated taking the tour. I know it's always fun for them to be able to get to see their cabinets being made. And thanks, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Stop into Florida Ceiling and ask about our Ultimate Kitchen Makeover discount.